Hello everyone, it's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Good evening, or maybe it's good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. And it's about 8:30 p.m. in the UK. And I hope you're well and ready for a spot of stitching with Yogi. So, it's let me check, Thursday night. I've lost track. What day is it? Thursday. Okay, which means tomorrow's Friday, my goodness. So, today, the whip of my choice is this beautiful piece. So, we're in Aimee Stewart territory here. So this is called Letters Chocolate Shoppe. Some of you might be very familiar with it, and some of you might be stitching a version of it. So what I've got here is a mini version, and it's really, really pretty. And this is one of the minis I got in kind of the beginning of my full coverage journey, but I didn't get to stitch it until this year, really, when I was experimenting with 10 stitches. So I haven't worked on this piece for a little while, so it's about time that I gave it some love. Okay, so let me show you the markup here. If you haven't seen it, you probably want it now. So this is a mini version. Yes, there are certain details are not as clear as you would if you're doing regular colors or max colors. But I think this piece is so kind of whimsical in the sense that the style, it works quite well with the stitches looking slightly looser for me. So I'm very happy with this version. And so look at this chocolate shop in there. I so want to go inside to see what they've got in there. And also there's a beautiful little kitty on the staircase there on the left, and that letterbox as well, and the parcels kind of scattered around. There's just abundance of everything, and that little bench. I can go on, but it's just such a pretty romantic piece. And in terms of my progress here, okay, and as I mentioned, I started in the beginning of this year, maybe February sometime. And yes, so I started from upper left there and gradually working bit by bit using various methods. And I'll, explain a little bit more about how I got here. And let me show you the numbers as well. We like numbers. So for a mini, 13.22, 13.22% there is not bad at all, I think. And so mini pieces, they're about 9 pages in heaven and earth terms. So this is not bad at all. And the number of colors, and this is mini, regular, so it's 90 colors, which is quite typical. So from here, I am going to create a sprint for you. Right in front of your eyes, no cheating, okay, starting from 0. I'm using Saga, the markup app on my iOS, and it's going to capture every single stitch I'm going to make today. So here we are. All right. Let me come back to this view here. This is the entirety of the piece. It's not massive, but it's beautiful. Beautiful. Size isn't everything, right? So let me come back to the view here. And I want to say hello to all of you. Welcome. Happy Thursday. Let's have a look. Who have I got here to keep me company for today's stitching session? We've got Rajal. Hello, our model student here. Rajal says, hello everyone, happy stitching on Thursday. Yes, I should have read this first, then I wouldn't get confused about which day it is. And we also have Sarah. Great to see you, Rajal. And yes, Sarah. Sarah is providing our quote of the day. And Sarah says, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you will start having positive results. Willie Nielsen, is it musician I think country musician, am I correct? Or maybe a philosopher, I have no idea. But it sounds so simple, but it's so true. If you think the world is friendly, if you think life is positive, it will become so. So thank you, Sarah. What a wisdom. And we have Maddie as well. Maddie, me waiting till the stream to go back. Go back where? And stitch on B. Currently at 94%, Maddie. It's a Gecko Rouge piece. Am I correct? B Elemental, very popular piece. And working on smallest to the biggest. Right. Well done. And we also have Clara here as well. Hello. And Chelsea Summers and Chloe is here as well. Chloe says, I'm hoping I can stay awake longer today. Do your best, Chloe. And BLT Betty is also here. Hello, hello. And Rachel is joining us as well. And Nuala is back with us. Welcome. Oh, Nola says, I'm just catching up yesterday's live at double speed. It was fast stitching yogi. Oh dear, and fast talking yogi, I bet. I need to try it. I don't know what it looks like, me talking double speed. That's so funny. And so well done for catching up on the replays. And Sola is here as well. Hi, welcome. And Suzanne, my love, is here. And Suvi as well, good to see you. And Liam Burgess, oh my God, our star stitcher. Have you seen her work? Really, go join our Facebook group and you will find out. Traveling library, no hints. And let's have a look. Oh, Sarah's giving everybody cakes. Oh, how nice. And Samantha is also here as well. Samantha says, hello, I can't wait to start this one. Still waiting for my cross-stitch table frame to ship out to me. Is that the Christmas gift to yourself? Well done. And Michelle Fuller is also here. Great to see you. And Love Drunk as well. And our lovely Susan is also here. And Karen Sutherland is back with us. And Likda, welcome. Great to see you. And Monique as well. And Steve as well. Lurk and Stitch. Well done. Amazing. Really good to see Steve every single time. And Monique, I have said hello. Yes. And Amira as well. And we have, I think we've got a new friend, new stitcher here. Amaya, butchering name already. What a great start. Says hello, good night from Spain. Welcome, and sending my love to Spain. And here we go. Jackie's also here as well. And yes, is it Kristen? Kristen. It's a memory test. Yes. Well done, everyone. And welcome for joining me today. I'm really excited to stitch this piece. It's been a little bit. So every time I'm stitching something that I haven't worked on for a little while, there's a sense of anticipation and excitement as well. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay. So as I said, I'm working with 10 stitches here. So this is one of the pieces I started earlier this year when I really needed some sort of reset from full cross, 25 counts through and through for most of my whips at that point. And so I started a few pieces with 10 stitches, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to like it in terms of the stitching, the 10 stitches. So I decided to start with mini patterns that I had. So initially, when I started sort of discover heaven and earth, I actually started off by buying mini pieces because I wasn't very confident I could handle the regular pieces. And but so I bought a few patterns, but then kind of just parked them to the side once I started to move into regular sizes. And give me just a moment here. Okay. Oh, forgive me. So, you know, sometimes I have to mute my microphone if I have a little cough there. So today I started quite early in the morning. I had a 7:30 class. I've been teaching throughout the day, so my throat is playing up a little bit. So it will get better soon once it's kind of warmed up a little bit more. Okay, so bear with me. So yes, so 10 stitches here. So when I decided to try out 10 stitches, I wanted to try out on the smaller pieces, just in case I don't like it, you know, then I wouldn't feel too bad for maybe, you know, put it aside. But I decided I loved it. I really love the changes from full cross to 10 stitches. It's just one more things I have in my toolbox I can play with. So, so I started from upper left, gradually working initially, I think was block by block and row by row as well, just to make sure, hang on. Oh dear. And thank you for your patience. So, so I started with block by block, row by row. I was being very cautious, and then eventually evolved to block by block, but color completion, one block at a time. I was getting a slightly more daring. And you know what? Recently, if you've been following the channel, you've been following my stitching, I've been experimenting with color flow. Okay, so far I've got a couple pieces. I'm working with that method. I love it. It's Gemma's method, one of her newer sort of update from her original method. But so far I've been using color flow with full crosses. And I had questions from some of you saying that, does it work for 10 stitches? And in my mind, I could not think of a reason it wouldn't work, because one stitch is one stitch, doesn't matter how you do it. And color flow is simply where you take your stitches to. And so I tried it on this piece a little bit in my own time, and it works beautifully. It works beautifully with 10 stitches as well. And I'm not surprised about that, but it's a nice confirmation. So what I'm going to do today, you can probably guess by now, I'm going to work on this piece with color flow. And so my plan is to flow through all edges that's available to me, a lot of part threads here, but I'm going to bring a hard stop here. So these ones in theory shouldn't be here. So I'm going to end all the part threads down to this point. Okay, and so I'll have a clean finish of the first. I think this is probably a page height for the pattern, and I'm going to work through this strap for the first row of the pages. And how far I'm going to go this way to the right, I don't know yet, but at least for this area available to me here, and this is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to come to a hard stop here and eventually clear off my part threads here, and then maybe I can start from this point downwards. All right, so here we go, and let me know what you're working on today. So today you don't have to come through the back door or side door or whichever door. You can come through the front door with head held high, whatever you're working on. Even if you're knitting, you know, we embrace people doing other things other than stitching. It's nice to have a change, isn't it? So yes, just join us for the chat and for the company as well. So here we go. So I'm working 2 strands, 2 over 1, 10 stitches. So it's nice and easy, and I'm using CXC. CXC, so very, very full stitches. It's nice and fluffy. It's almost like tapestry. I love the texture of CXC, and for 10 stitches, it works really, really well. And the fabric count, I believe this is 25 counts. I'm pretty sure it's 25 counts. So the stitches, the coverage is pretty good, pretty good. All right then. So I am going to just pick somewhere to start. So there's some areas are more confetti, like over here. It's a little bit of mini nightmare going on there, but this area is a lot more friendly. So I'm going to switch back and forth and just pick the area I want to work on bit by bit, just chewing away the edges. I love this method. If you haven't tried Color Flow, give it a go. It's really, really nice. So let's have a look. And Sisk is here as well. Welcome. And Busy Mom has joined us as well. And Claire's Place. Hello. Welcome. And Becky is also joining us on this Thursday. Beautiful. And Mandy Moran has joined us as well. Oh, wonderful. All my favorites. And Callan is here as well. And we have another new friend, I think. This is Renee. And she says hello from USA. I'm presuming it's a lady, okay? If you're not, if you're like Steve, you're a gentleman stitcher, and just wave your hands. So I know. Otherwise, you're ladies to me. And so here we go. I fancy stitching a little bit of this pink door. It's so beautiful. Here we go. Let me just turn this over here a little bit. And this area is much less confetti, so it's very friendly to stitch. So the first color of my choice is, oh, nice, very, very nice, 3805. 3805 is my first color. It's cheering me up already. And you know, today, even though it's a very busy day, it's the busiest day of this year, the last busy teaching day of this year, okay? So I have a few classes I'll be teaching throughout, carry on as normal till next year, but quite a lot of my classes are on hold till January. It's quite, they do this every year, that's quite normal. For studios, to pause the classes until January because everybody's busy, they're going away. So I'm feeling nice and relaxed as well. So from today, our streaming time will be around the same time. So up to this point, Mondays and Fridays, we start a little bit later, but from today till January, you know, every day we can roughly do about the same time around now. So just so you know, give you a heads up, because it's not always exactly the same time every day. So let me pick this one over here. Let me start. And I have a few things I want to work on. So I will explain to you. Let me just start warming up the little hands and get stitching. Amira says stitching my new stamp cross stitch of dragon head. Oh, I can picture that. It's a head of a dragon, I bet. It's a great guess, I think. A lot of pass threads here. And the stitches are so full as well. Really, really nice. And Chelsea Summers says, stitching adorable tiny bunny by Whimsy Tea and drinking a childhood favorite, strawberry kiwi, Hawaiian punch. Wow, that sounds very summery. So Chelsea just had routine surgery and recovering from that. And this new start is a little treat for herself, isn't it? And I hope you're getting better every day. The body, human body is amazing. So have faith, have trust. The body will recover fully and you will be even better than before. And Rose is here as well. Hello, lovely. Rose is here. Yes, you made it on time. I know. Amazing. Are you working today, Rose? Or are you let off early from work? A compassionate boss. And Colette, good to see you. Callan says, I put a stand on my Christmas list this year. Fingers crossed. Oh, you know, Santa might be listening, you know. You put it on the list and whatever you wish for might just come true. Oh, I'm loving already. And there's another row just below it, nice and easy. I love it. Nuala says, Yogi, do you take each whip out of your hoop in between stitching or have a hoop for each piece? Well, depends. My goal eventually is to have enough hoops for each project so I don't have to move them as frequently, but still sometimes I have to. So currently I have about half of the amount of hoops versus the amount of whips, if that makes sense. So I do have to move them around, and it's probably good in some ways because then some projects are released from the hoops from time to time. But sometimes you have to move fabric in order to, excuse me, to stitch a different area. And sometimes, Nuala, I deliberately switch frames to different sizes. So I'm kind of looking at different areas because I get visually quite fatigued very easily. So if I have, for instance, some of you might have those big frames, right? And you have really large area that you can work on, and so you don't move it that frequently. But if I stare at the same image at the same size, cropped the same way, for a long time, I get very, very bored with it. So sometimes I deliberately change the size, and so they're cropped out in different ways, and it keeps everything fresh. So the answer to your question is, yes, I take them, I switch hoops or take them off the hoops from time to time, but not in the discipline kind of way. I just do that whenever I, feel like it or need to, in order to free up hoops for other projects. There, already, I think I did about 20 minimum. Just like that, I love it. Yes, this area is quite friendly, so this is where I'm starting. All right. And today, I bought a new thing today. It's the first time I'm trying out this item. I haven't used it yet. I just received it today from Amazon. I bought a laminator. So the reason I wanted one was, I probably showed you before, a couple of streams ago, my CXE organizer is falling apart, literally. The last page of my organizer here is literally falling off the set. And the reason being, I'm loading a large quantity of threads on this organizer. My DMC is still going strong, perfectly fine. My Gecko Rouge one is also fine, but this one, because CXC, for some reason, I was convinced that you cannot just pull a little bit of the thread out. So I've been basically unraveling the entire scan and try to load them on the organizer. So I think I've broken it. So it's about time that I create a new set of floss cards and to transfer my CXC over there to a new set. So so I decided to buy a laminator to strengthen the cards. I mean, you know, I'm using cardboard as it is, but I'm going to strengthen it with a layer of the shell. So hopefully they're going to last for a long time. So I'm looking forward to making a new set. And I think what I'm going to do is to update my current version of floss card. So there's a PDF available for you for free on my Facebook there. If you want to print out, if you have printer yourself, you can print out thread cards just like mine. But I'm going to look at my template and see if I can improve it in some way. So so I'll be looking forward to doing that over the next few days, and I'll give you updates on how it goes. All right, let me have a look. Let me see if I can park it here. So this method, even though generally I'm trying to move diagonally to keep the edges open, right? So nothing's closed up or floating, but in no particular way. So it might create very unusual shapes, but as long as not that stitches are not blocking each other, then it's all good. So it's quite freeing, and you have a lot of freedom. And yes, the next color is 304. Love to stitch and cruise. Hello, good to see you. And she says, hello, I'm working on a few more hours today. And then the next 7 days off. Amazing. Yeah, some of you might be having you know, might be starting your Christmas break, Christmas and New Year break. How exciting! We can stitch together more, you know. And Renee says, first time watching, welcome, and sending love to you, and well done for finding the channel. So it's an achievement on its own. Let me mark this one over here. Sorry, excuse me. Hopefully my throat will be, we'll have some rest over Christmas time, as I'm not teaching as much. You might be thinking that, you know, I'm talking quite a lot during the stream. This part might be straining my vocal cord. It's actually not. It's actually teaching itself. Even though I don't talk loud, I don't shout or anything, but you have to project the voice quite a lot throughout the class. So not so much talking loud, but, you know, project the voice further. So it's putting a little bit of, you know, strain on the voice sometimes. Amira says, great, now I can join on Mondays and Fridays too, if I want, till January. It's too late for me otherwise. Yes, I know. And before our stitchers in Australia and New Zealand, it might be a little bit early, but you know, we find ways. And from January, I think going forward, maybe only Friday we start a little bit later. The Monday class, at this point, I think it's going to be moved to a slightly earlier time. So from next year, we're going to be doing the stream roughly around the same time, other than Fridays. So that's the current situation with my timetable. 5:50. Suzanne says, I bought a new pattern today. Small size Thumbelina in walnut shell from Stitches So Beautiful. Oh, that sounds lovely already. I'm trying to catch up here. Something about Busy Mom. What about Busy Mom? I'm trying to find the comments. Oh, Busy Mom says, I'm listening. I'm at work. Today, my YouTube channel reached 2,000 subscribers. Amazing. Let me find the comment here. So Busy Mom is a floss tuber. That's quite an achievement, 2,000. Absolutely. I think for YouTubers, 1,000 is definitely an amazing milestone. But 2,000, every 1,000 is amazing, isn't it? And yes, go watch Busy Mom. She releases floss tube every Sunday, correct? Every Sunday. And she's got a lot of exciting projects, and quite a few of them Yogi is working on as well. So Busy Mom has been, you know, with us for quite a while, and she has joined quite a few SALs, Stitch Together projects that we do together. So it would be quite interesting to see the developments there. So congratulations, Busy Mom. Catherine says, hi Yogi, I'm working on Cozy Winter Book Nook from Pain Free Craft. So that piece I very frequently get mixed up with Winter Reading Nook by Aimee Stewart. So this one, yes, I have seen the markup posted on our Facebook group, and it's a beautiful piece, very colorful as well, very colorful. So it's this one is from Pain Free Craft, or Pain Free Crafts. And Catherine says, tomorrow is my last day at work till 2026. Only 5 hours, only a 5-hour day. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, time for, you know, some relaxation and rest and nice food, right? Yes. Festive season is also yummy season. Mandy Moran says, I'm working on a crochet blanket for a friend tonight. Well, I told you, we have a lot of, you know, knitters and doing all sorts of different crafts. And it's allowed, okay? No judgment from Yogi. I'm a knitter myself. I love crochet as well. All right, so next color is 917. 917. Oh, I'm in a pink paradise here. A lot of different shades of pink going on here, and purple. Renee says, does every strand have a needle on? No, I release my needles from the part threads, if that's what you're referring to. I think if you watch Gemma Stitches, just in case you're not familiar with it, it's a channel and it's from Gemma. She's a lovely, lovely, very original stitcher. And she would, this is a method I learned from her, okay? And she would, from time to time, leave the needles at the end. If she's stitching an area that she needs to switch a selection of colors quite frequently. And if she's aware of that, sometimes she would leave needles at the end. She called them hot needles. I tried it. It didn't flow with me because I have the habit of running through the threads, almost like stroking hair. It's part of my relaxation with part threads. And so a lot of times I forget they have needles at the back, at the bottom there, and I end up stabbing myself, which is not fun, or losing the needles. So I don't do that personally, but you could. If you know that, I wouldn't do that throughout, that wouldn't make sense. But if you're stitching an area that you know you need to switch colors quite frequently, then you could potentially leave the needles on. And Ebony is here as well, Ebony. I haven't seen you for a while. And Jacqueline says, hi everyone, I'm working on my winter reading nook. Yes, beautiful piece, I'm working on that as well. And drinking lemon and ginger tea. I'll be posting my progress to the Facebook group as soon as I have to move my hoop. I'm always excited to see everybody's progress. Everybody's stitching so fast, but it's so lovely to see like kind of evolution of the pieces. And some pieces I'm working on as well. So it's just wonderful to see people working with different methods and different fabric. And so much fun. Let me mark these ones. One, two, 3, 4. 1, 2. I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 here. 2 stitches. So I'm moving around quite liberally. So the rules are basically as long as it's attached to a stitch. Mostly I look about to see if there's a stitch there already. If not, I need to do the one above before I do it, or maybe to the left as well. The color flow method is a little bit more free comparing to the original method. So I can improvise a little bit more. All right. Let me park down here. And also the location you park is also kind of, individual as well. You might most of the times there will be sort of multiple potential parking spots, and it's for you to decide where you want to take your thread towards. So that's where the flow comes in. Sarah says, I have a laminator, it's great. Yes, I've never had one. I wasn't even aware because I didn't realize they're actually not very pricey. So this one I've got is on a discount as well. And I'm trying to remember, it's like £17 or something with a discount. So yes, and I also bought some of the they call them pouches. So I'm looking forward to using it. Sisk says, Yogi, don't we miss the chart on the right top to check if you don't make mistakes? Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to bring to come to the work mode. Totally forgot. Sorry. Yes, Sisk, thank you for reminding me. Oh, such an amateur, Yogi. Yes, I forgot. Sisk, I'm not trying to hide it, okay? Just in case you spot me making mistakes. I forgot to switch mode. Yes, thank you, Sisk. Here we go. And Amira is also asking, great questions, great questions. Amira is also asking, have you already decided when you will stream around Christmas and New Year? Yes, I have a rough idea, and I think it should work out, okay? So this is where Mira's asking, and so as I said, from this point on, from today, I'll have a bit more time as well, other than the regular streaming time. So I think my plan is for this Saturday, I am going to do a whip parade, my first one, okay? I don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me, okay? And I'm going to just talk about my whips. I think that's what people do, right? And I'll attempt to do that, okay? So come and join me. And the first whip parade should be, it's going to be on Saturday, okay? And Saturday we have Aimee Stewart Sal. So that would carry on as usual around 8 or 8:30 UK time. So you can do the conversion. So that doesn't change. So the whip parade, I am going to do it before our Sal. And I haven't got a fixed time yet. I don't like to pin down exact time until I can be 100% sure, because sometimes things could change a little bit. But roughly, my plan is to do it before our Sal, and maybe have a little break, and then we can carry on with the Aimee Stewart Sal. So that's my plan. Very similarly, if you have come to join me for my tutorials before, then you know how it works. We just pick, 2-3 hours before the Aimee Stewart Sal, and we do a special stream just before that, and then we take a break and we do like Aimee Stewart Sal. So this is the plan for this coming Saturday, okay? Well, see, tomorrow, no, in 2 days, day after tomorrow. And so that's for this weekend. And for next week, good question. So I have a couple of things planned. I may do, because whip parade, I think, is going to spread out for a few sessions there. I have no idea how long it's going to take to cover everything. So we might do another whip parade midweek next week. I don't know. Oh, hang on a second. No, because Wednesday next week is New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, I don't know who is going to note this down and remember, but yes, just remember whatever you can, okay, and I'll remind you. But, spooky bingo. Which color? Yes, I'm trying to catch up. I'm just rambling on, but I want to explain to you so you have some idea what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. So next week is Christmas week, isn't it? So is it? It is, isn't it? Or the week after? I'm totally lost track. It is next week, isn't it? Christmas week. Yes. Next Thursday is Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve is going to be no streaming. So I'm heading to my partner's parents, and we're going to spend overnight there and have Christmas lunch the following day on 25th. But our plan is to head back home for the evening. And so we will have a special Christmas Day evening streaming, at least for UK time. Okay, so wherever you are, you can do the conversion. It's going to be around this time, and in the evening on the 25th. So that's the plan for Christmas. Okay, and for Saturday, for the next Saturday, for the next Saturday, because as I'm speaking, I'm trying to work out the plan in my head as well. I do not write it down, okay? And so for the next Saturday, so this coming Saturday, we're doing whip parade. And the next Saturday, I'm planning to do a members get together. So we have channel members, membership, and we haven't done anything sort of, channel members specific. So I think it might be a good time to start a session, and we can flow from there. Okay. If you have any special theme you would like me to do, any requests, then please let me know, members. But for the next week, I think I'm gonna do a back stitching party. So I'm gonna be doing some back stitching with you, and of course you can stitch on whatever you want, and we just hang out and chat a little bit more if you like. So that's the plan for next Saturday, and then once that is going to be done before Aimee Stewart Sal. So Aimee Stewart Sal is carry on is going to take place as usual on Saturdays. So basically for Saturdays, occasionally we do a special stream before the Sal. That's been the pattern, and it's worked out quite well. Okay, and carry on for New Year. Okay, so this is a big one. New Year's Eve, UK time. We're going to do a marathon. Okay, so for those of you who are new to us, this will be your the first marathon. So definitely come and join us. We do a 10-hour marathon. We have done 10-hour marathon a couple of times before, and they're great fun. We have yoga breaks, we have coffee breaks, we have dolly breaks, whatever it is. And we stitch for 10 hours, and we are going to do the countdown together at UK time, and hopefully we'll be able to do a countdown in the US time as well. So which means if you're in the UK or Europe, we're going to stitch across the night till morning. Okay. Yes, join us. Why not? It's good fun. All right. So this is the plan so far. And other than that, I'll improvise. I like to add a few more special streams for the period because we can. So there you go. That's anyone taking notes? Anyone taking notes? All right then. Suki, hello. Suki says, "Oh, we have another new joiner. I love it when we have a new joiner." And let me find the the comment here. I can't. Anyway, I'll read it out. Okay. Suki says, "Oh my God, this is the first time I see you live. I'm still new to cross stitching. I love watching you upload streams while I stitch." Yes. Live is the best, isn't it? I think replay is a godsend as well, because if you miss it, you get to watch it, but it's so much fun if you join in as well. Yeah, so welcome, Suki. Welcome. And Amira says, "Spooky bingo." Yes, amazing. We have spooky bingo as well, new, if you're new to the channel. Wendy says, "Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Welcome." And Suvi's going to bed. Oh, and she's got what? 13 187 stitches sous vide. Yes, straight to bed and straight to Alien Club. 99 sous vide. Sorry, I'm way behind the chat here. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. So Kristen says, Sweet Summertime is from Contemporary Cross Artwork by Andrea Lavery. I presume that's the piece you were stitching. This is so pretty, isn't it? Pink door. Okay, and I am going to park it down here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jody. Jody has joined the Yogi Squad. Welcome. Yes, join the club. Welcome, Jody. Well done. Thank you for the support. So good to have you. And also members, if there's, anything kind of themes or whatever it is you like to do together, let me know. Give me some ideas. I can't be, can't be just me doing the work thinking. Let me know what you like to do. And Jacqueline says, oh, I think Jacqueline's referring to the those plastic shields for a laminator. And Jackie says, I have 10 of those pouches and love them. Oh, so I think when I bought, the machine I bought, there are 30 of them, various sizes. They come with the machine. And then on top of that, I bought, because they're different weights ones, I bought a pack of thicker ones. I think it's 100. I can't remember the unit in terms of weight. I bought some thicker ones. So hopefully it's going to make them nice and strong and last forever. Maybe forever. I think I've got another part thread that's exactly the same color. Yes. Jody says, yeah, let's do a stitch-a-thon. Yes, we Jody, I know you just found us very recently, and yes, we do a little bit of endurance sport here, with stitching, and we have done at least 2, I think, 10-hour marathon, okay, and then we have done a half marathon as well for 6 hours. But regularly, daily, we stitch a lot together. It's not unusual that we cross 4 hours, even for regular streams, right? So it's endurance. We're athletes. We're athletes, yes. So definitely join us. And we have another new member, and that's Samantha. Samantha has also joined us. Welcome, Samantha. How nice of you to join the club. Welcome. Thank you so much. Jacqueline says, I use the pouches as my project bags. Can you do that? I thought they're just kind of like, they open up like that, just to, so you can slide an A4 sheet paper inside to keep it in place. I didn't know you can use it as a bag. Oh, River is here as well. Welcome, River. I'm going back and forth with the chat here, so bear with me. If I haven't said hello to you, it's me, not you, okay? And with the ending of the thread, with this method, with 10 stitches, 2 strands, I think the best method for me is still Boomerang. Because recently with the 32 count, you know, the Christmas house I've been stitching, I've been doing pin stitches starting and ending. For single strand, pin stitches seem to work better, but for 2 strands, I think Boomerang is still the best, because I tried the pin stitches with 2 strands, it gets tangled very easily. Probably just the amount of threads involved. With 2 strands and CXC as well, the best way to end and start the threads is still hands down Boomerang. Hello, Claire has joined us as well. Welcome, new members. Claire, Barry has joined Yogi Squat as well. How wonderful to have you. And yes, thank you so much. And Samantha is asking, what count are you doing your mini on right now? Yes, I think, I say I think, because sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell between 22 and 25. I think this is 25 for sure. Yes, 22 will come across a little bit more volume, but this is 25 count. And so the stitches are quite full with CXC. The coverage is really, really good. You can hardly see through, even really close up. Yes, Sarah, I'm talking about laminating pouches. What is Jacqueline talking about? Oh, right, Jacqueline. So you're talking about different kind of pouches. You're talking about those Ziploc bags, right? Those are great for projects, I bet, for whips, to protect them. But the pouches I'm talking about, they come with the laminators, and they're just, you know, plastic shell that becomes the surface of whatever papers you're using. I don't know the technical terms. You know that layer plastic thingy. Amira says, you guys make it look like today's a joining day. Thank you, guys. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like, you know, you enjoy what I'm doing. You want me to do more. And I will, definitely. Right. And why don't I move over? Clear Barry says, change my handles. So what was your handle before? Yes, you can change your handle. And because now, just recently, maybe the last 2-3 weeks, prior to that, YouTube has been showing kind of human names. So you know, you can have a YouTube handle when you create an account. That's unique. And then you're allowed to create kind of just normal names or nicknames. That's easier to remember. And oh, Claire's Place. Okay, so Claire's Place is Claire's Berry. Yes, Claire's trying to confuse me, you know, already. Oh, have mercy on Yogi. My brain capacity is very limited. You find out very soon. Rachel says, I use my laminator to make my own floss drops. Yes, I think if you're able to strengthen, you know, a piece of paper or cardboard, you can potentially make it into some useful things. I never used one before, so hopefully it's going to all work out. But I think even with the cardboards that I've been using for my organizers, they last quite well, even without the plastic shell. But with the laminator, I think they're going to be, you know, they're going to last forever. All right, let me take a sip of my coffee here. I've got my coffee in my thermal flask here. So hot. Let me keep the lid open. And let me know what you're drinking. Karen Southland says, can you guys in the colder climates please send me some snow down here? We got to 43 Celsius. Serious, Karen? 43 Celsius. And it is expected to be 41 today. It's already 25 at the moment, 8:30. Oh dear, Karen. I don't know. I'm slightly envious because when it's really hot, you know, cold and dark, that doesn't sound too bad. Okay, 43 is ridiculous. But yes, you know, hot days, summer days, they're distant, kind of distant memory at this point in the UK. And today, even though the temperature isn't too bad, but when I was cycling out today, it felt a lot more, you know, a little bit colder today. Maybe it's wet as well. It's been raining. So it makes it feel like a little bit colder. Ah, so Jacqueline, you're referring to organizer bags. Right, yes. That's slightly different. So the pouches I'm referring to, they are used as the material to create the lamination. But they're in the they're called pouches because you can open them up and slide the paper in to keep it in place. I only learned that today, or the day before when I ordered the product. I didn't know they were called pouches. And it looks quite simple to do. We just literally sandwich the paper in between and then slide it through the machine, I think. So hopefully no explosions, you know, involved. Mira says no snow here, just 4 Celsius. 4 Celsius, well, so it's a little bit colder than London. London is about roughly just under 10. With wind chill, it's probably about 5-ish. And no snow. I don't think we're going to snow this year. It just doesn't feel like it. Hard to tell. The probability is very low. Hey, Gigi Star Channel says, bonjour. Oh, a little bit of French there. Welcome. If you have just found the channel or, you know, come to live for the first time, welcome. Oh, Sisk. Sisk says, I want to say goodnight for now as I'm getting fever again and go to bed. We'll watch the replay later. Yes, rest nice and easy. Sisk, sometimes, you know, a nice sleep, restful sleep is the best remedy. If you're having fever, and drink lots of water, some warm tea is very nice as well. And sending my love to you. Bess Williams from New Zealand, of course, says morning, or are we talking about a New Year marathon? Yes, we have been. We've been talking about the plans we have from today to a New Year marathon. Dun, 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 indeed. Yes, a lot of exciting stitching sessions going on here other than on top of the daily ones. Yes, we have plans. Callan says, Karen, you can have my snow. We got so much last night. I hired a neighborhood kid to shovel for me. Oh, cheap labor. And how do you... and what did you give the child? The child labor in exchange? Some sweets, some Kit Kat. Yes. Kids, get them working, you know? So they know they have to earn. They have to earn things. They can't just get given things, right? -17 feels like -24. Yes, with wind chill, it can get much lower. My goodness, that's -17 is like cold. Because just the other day I found a channel of this lady, really sweet. I think she lives in Siberia, the coldest city in the world. I think it's called Yukos. I can't pronounce it. I'm going to butcher it. But yes, it's -65. No kidding. Everything freezes. If you breathe, you know, your nose starts to get frozen. No joke. And apparently it's really dangerous to drink in that place because your judgment is impaired and you might walk outdoor too long and stay there for too long. So they have incidents of people drinking too much. Jody says, it's 23 here in Arizona. That's really mild. So Arizona doesn't have winter. Do you have winter? Do you snow? 23 is beautiful. 23 is like summer over here in London. Not too hot, not too cold. Karen says the coldest we get is around -4 Celsius to overnight. In the summer, we have occasional days when it gets to 46. My goodness, I remember there were a couple of days this year. London probably reached about 37 and it was scorching. It was too much. I remember I was sitting here streaming, just sweating. So I cannot imagine 46. All right, I'm going to leave it and park it here. Oh, so no winter for Arizona. It is desert, isn't it? But I thought it gets quite cold in the evening in desert. Yes, 23 is perfect. What happened to River? Oh, what? Let me catch up. River says, we were on expressway yesterday. My husband was driving my new car. Yes, River was given a surprise new car by Le Hubby and speeding along at 65 miles per hour going through a curve. I thought my husband lost his mind. What? I was freaking out. His hands were not on the wheel. Is it one of those Elon Musk self-driving cars? Why? Oh, it's such a suspense because they're broken up with different comments. I'm trying to catch up what's happening. Why? Oh, self-driving. That's what I thought. And River says, that's why when I realized my new car would drive itself perfectly. Is it one of those Elon Musk cars and you didn't know it's got self-driving? I will read the manual first, River, when you get a new car. My goodness. It's all happy ending then. It's all right, but it's not safe. I don't know, even with that feature, there's no chance I'll ever do that. I don't drive anyway, but I'm on a bicycle and there's no self-driving bicycle, okay? I do need to control my bicycle and pedal really hard. Susan is losing her mind. Yes, you have to read a whole lot, not just one comment. Sometimes if I just dive in and start reading, you know, out of context, sometimes I have a heart attack. Here we go. This one stitched. Oh, it's so lovely. I love this section. I love pinks. And also it's not very confetti, so it's so relaxing to stitch. So River, you didn't know the car has self-driving capability. I still wouldn't trust it though. I wouldn't. I think just one step too far out of my comfort zone. If I ever been in the car and the driver just decided to go self-driving, I'm gonna just jump out of the car. You know, the action movie style. I'll just jump out. Right, 718. 718. Oh dear. 718. Jody says we have great air conditioning and no heat insulation in our homes. Yes, in the desert, it will get down to 7 Celsius tonight. Okay, so from 23-ish to 7. It isn't too bad. I mean, you know, London weather is such, or UK weather in general. Sometimes, even when it's quite warm during the day in the summer, the evenings can still, the temperature could drop a little bit. But maybe not that drastic. I'm trying to think in the summer, if we get about 23 during the day, in the evening is probably around 12-ish, you know, about 10-degree drop, but not as drastic. River says the Ford Explorer. I have no clue what it is, okay? I'm aware of the brand Ford. It doesn't mean anything, River. So everybody's doing self-driving thing. Do you trust them, River? I will not. I will not trust Tesla either. River says, I'm like you. I learn what I need to learn when I need to learn it. Hey, don't get me involved, River. You know, leave me out of it. Yes, I'm kind of a need to know basis kind of learner as well. So I get it. I get it. But it's quite a major feature, isn't it, River? When your husband starts to drive hands-free, you kind of want to know beforehand. 1, 2, here. Jody says, I have a Renault piece. I want to start. They will have a lot of confetti. But you know, confetti is part of the fun because, first of all, I like to think confetti creates a lot of details, right? That's when you have a lot of color changes. But also, it probably forces you as a stitcher to kind of come up different strategies, you know, to come up with different strategies to stitch it. And that's when, very often for me anyway, that's when I start to experiment different ways of stitching and learn new things. Oh, I think I just take the stitches in the wrong direction. So I want to park it here. Because otherwise, you know, if we stay in our comfort zone, a lot of times we just keep doing the same things. And for me, I do, you know, I do get bored with things. So I like changes. I like challenges. And I think when you get to areas like this, you know, very confetti, this area, I have to change my strategies to find stitching methods that kind of works a little bit better. Susan says, does your partner have a car, Yogi? And will you be biking to his parents? No, we're going to take an Uber. No, neither of us drive. He's got a driving license. And occasionally, if we need to move stuff, you know, or to buy things, to carry things home, then yes, we rent a car. No, we do not own cars. It's not our thing. You know, having cars is like having children. You have to look after them for the eternity, and it's very expensive as well. So no, we both cycle, but he can drive, so whenever we need it, we rent a car if we need to ship anything. But otherwise, we just jump in Uber. It's very easy, or any kind of, you know, public transportations. No, and the parents are in London anyway. They're in West London, so not that far away. Not that far away. We're not going to you know, to somewhere really far away. No, car driving is just not our thing. And also in London, you know, you can get away with not ever owning a car. It's just not necessary. So Jody says, we have Waymo here in Phoenix. Self-driving taxi, what? That sounds so scary. Do you mean like they're just roaming the streets freely? And they're quite popular, really? Waymo. That sounds very scary. I would not trust them. And also, if you go to a driverless car, you can't chat with the drivers. That's the fun part. You know, when you jump in to Uber and you start chatting with the drivers, and every driver, every Uber driver has a story to tell. That's the fun part. And driverless ones, who, you know, we have no one to speak to. Samantha says, I'm drinking chai tea. Oh, that sounds lovely. It's a little bit spicy, isn't it? And it's nice in the winter as well. Spicy tea. River says, I thought he was having a stroke. Oh, well, you know. But the problem is, next time, knock on wood, if he's really having some sort of episode, you're going to think, oh, yeah, my husband's just, you know, driving hands-free when he's just struggling and go, River, save me. Dial 911. And you were like going, oh, well, this feature's lovely. And the car just started to do zigzag. Special feature. Lovely. So one more block here. I'm gonna make a kind of hard stop here, and all the part threads here. And Jody says, Yogi, I really like your analogy a few days ago about how this is like a constant puzzle, a lot of planning ahead. I know, because literally, I very often with this method, and Gemma's original method as well, I literally kind of not thinking about what I'm stitching. I know I'm stitching a pink door, right? A lot of times I'm just looking at the distribution of a certain a certain symbol and see where they're flowing, and I need to have a kind of a plan in terms of which one I stitch first in order to get to the stitches I can do a lot in a row or, you know, in a cluster. It's good fun. It's good fun, yes. And Jackie Turner has joined us as well. Says, hi everyone, I've been lurking in the background. Jackie unlurked herself. Round of applause. And stitching winter reading nook and sweating here near the beach. 70 Fahrenheit and very humid. Both my sons have Tesla and don't like it, and says jerky. Oh dear, you don't want, you know, cars to be jerky. And it's 70 Fahrenheit. I wonder what temperature it is in Celsius. I cannot do the conversion to save my life. Yes. Tesla, I have no idea. It's electric car, isn't it? But surely they try the car before they bought the cars, I presume, because they're not cheap, are they? Karen Sutherland says, fully self-driving cars are not allowed here. We do have assisted driving features, but they're much more limited. My new car steers itself and slows down if there's a car in front. And remind me where you are, Karen Sutherland. And so it's not allowed. Yes, I think... I don't know, it's quite brave for a city or a country to go, yeah, we're gonna just, you know, bring a lot of self-driving cars. I'm just thinking this is kind of, you know, early days for the technology, and I just don't think it's worth it. You know, if you want to steer and you're in control of a car, take control over it. You know, you're responsible for it. And also, it's not just the fact that you know, it saves you from having to drive. It's the fact that if something happens, not just yourself, you could run into other people. And I don't think I'll ever be able to live with that. I think that would be the end of me if I ever run over, not just human being, if I run over an animal. I think that's it for me. I have to check out. I would not be able to live with myself. I think maybe that's why I don't want to drive as well, because just, you know, just the thought of having an accident and run over somebody or animals or a cat or a dog. Oh, no. I'd rather walk. Solar says, Yogi, I'm not familiar with the boomerang method. Do you have a video on now? Yes, there is a video under the video section. So we're currently under live section, right? Go to the video tab. There's a short clip there to teach you how to do it. And it's a clip from our live stream. So we literally learn the techniques on the stream here. And also, as I'm stitching, if I'm about to do a boomerang, I'll give you a shout and I'll show you how to do it live here as well. But you can watch the short clip there. It's very simple and it makes sense. And it's very effective, very effective. Oh, I think I have just done 2 stitches incorrectly. I got carried away. Let me do this. Why does it look like this? Let me have a look, see what's happening here. These are not the correct colors. I intended to do this one. That's why. Okay, so these 2 are supposed to be pink rather than purple, so I've got them wrong. Close your eyes, guys. This is Men in Black moment, okay? Men in Black moment, I'm going to zap this bit out of your mind. You will not remember it in about 2 seconds time. All right, nothing happened here. Look, everything's good. Matching my chart there, okay? Nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Let me see if I can part down instead. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, all good, all good. Crisis averted, crisis averted. Chelsea Summer says, London has a better transport infrastructure than we do in the US. We pretty much have to have a car. I totally understand, yes. And there's certain part, you know, of the UK, people have to drive because, you know, there's no tube stop. In a city like London, yes, you can totally get away with not having your own cars. And, you know, I can cycle relatively safely. And also the distance I have to go tend not to be too far away. So, yes, totally. And there are locations in this country, definitely you have to drive as well. Otherwise, you are stuck. So, you know, they're totally necessary. It's just for me, it's probably that's why I have to live in the city. And so I don't have to drive. Right, I'm going to take another strand of 917. 917. Oh, Sarah is having a chocolate time by herself. Oh, way ahead of Yogi and River. Oh, Jackie says, my son My sons don't like the self-driving features. Okay, so you have a self-driving car. So I don't know how old your sons are. If they're really young, they're very sensible. It's not. I probably get really nervous if I'll probably get out of the car if someone starts to go self-driving. You know, it's like, hello, bye bye, see you later. Barbara says it's kind of raw where I live, and there's no way to get around except by car. Like the time alone in a car, just listening to music, absolutely. There's some areas you don't probably, you know, you have to go longer distance to get anywhere, and you have to drive. And maybe something like Uber is not really practical to have. Absolutely, I get it. I get it. Just checking this bit to see if I miss anything. This bit I have stitched. I have stitched. So what is going on here? Just one row here. So these ones I haven't done yet. I don't know why I marked them. Let's have a look. These ones I have not done yet. 1, 2. What is going on here? 2, 1 stitch here, and 1 over there. Okay. Yes, I fixed it. I fixed it. Okay, it's all good. It's all matched up now. Seven, 1, 8. Susan says every stitch a little closer to the kitty. I think so. Yes, you're quite right. If I keep going down, I'll get to the kitty in about 2 years' time. No, I think my plan is, because I'm having a sort of a hard stop here. This is probably a page height of the pattern. Okay, so from this point, I'm gonna stop at this point and keep moving to the right, and then I probably wouldn't go full width. I don't think I'll have the the kind of, you know, I probably at some point I probably want to come back and work on the staircase, and then I'll get to the kitty. It depends. Yes. So who knows? So Karen's is Australia. Yes, that makes sense. Karen says, driving is a huge responsibility. My dad always said, when you drive, you're in charge of a lethal weapon, and you are. Absolutely. It is a weapon then that can, you know, it's a very useful tool, but at the same time, it could be lethal if something goes wrong. Absolutely. Your dad was absolutely correct. Susan, put the fudgy away. Suzanne says, I don't have a car anymore. I sold it during COVID and bought myself an electric bike, and I love it. Yes. If you live in the city that you don't have to cycle super far away, bicycle is lovely. You know, you get to see the city in a different way. I think my view of London before and after cycling is totally different. Because before, people in London tend to define locations based on tube stations. So tube is London underground, metro. And so people tend to go, oh, that's Covent Garden, that's Leicester Square, and that's, I don't know, somewhere else. So people tend to connect locations through tube lines. But once, when I started stitching, no, not stitching. When I started cycling quite a few years back, I get to see London in a totally different way. It's a lot more open and nuanced because you get to see the connected areas in between tube stations. So whereas before I recognized the locations based on, you know, how it's relating to the tube station. And now I don't necessarily remember the street names as such. That's not how I recognize places, but you know, I remember shops and little landmarks here and there. So the relationship I have with the city, with the you know, the streets are totally different. JD says, I just had to frog a bunch of stitches and also miscounted. It happens. Yes, absolutely. It's all part of an experience, you know. But we have, Jody and new members, look to the your emoji menu, okay? We have some members only emojis. And there's a pink frog, just like Suzanne has sported the pink frogs. Pink frogs are not like the green ones, okay? Green ones are judgmental, they just go frog, you know, hey, you know, I see you. And pink ones are compassionate, non-judgmental. And we call the pink one Fudgy, okay? Fudgy versus Frog, Mr. Frog, we don't like very much, but Fudgy we like. Fudgy is kind of there knowing that, yes, there's a slightly frog-esque situation happening there, but no judgment. Maybe you can frog it, maybe you can reverse stitch it, or maybe you can fudge it, okay? And Fudgy will not judge you. So, as long as it works for you. Yes, Suzanne is living in a city that's, you know, it's very friendly for cycling. So, but you know, I have tried electric bikes, but I just cannot do it. It's just so weird. I get very scared. So, I rather use manpower for me. All right, 917. Have I got another strand of 917? Let's follow the color, flow with the color. 917. Take a sip of my tea here. Oh, Jackie says my sons are 50 and 46. And daughter's 43. I'm 68, so I'm a very young mother. Yes. So if you're 68, you have a son that's 50. So you had the first child, age 18, Jackie. Well done. That's a lot of responsibility for someone so young. Wow. 18. I had no idea what I was doing. 18. Still don't, but... Yes, Jody, we have, you know, stitches from all over the world, different time zones, but we're here at the same time. How remarkable is that, Jody? The magic of time. It's a construct. Do not get fooled by time. And I'm going to come to the left here, following the stitches. Do these ones on the side. I'm breaking all the rules. I'm sure even Gemma is not so liberal with the direction she takes her stitches. But, you know, I improvise a little bit. So do not judge me, Gemma. You know, I'm doing my best. All right. And I am going to do one more here. No, I'm gonna move it up. So 1, 2. Suzanne says regarding the electric e-bikes, I still have to pedal to make it work, but I don't think that I would be able to bike without it because of my chronic fatigue. Okay, so do you find it a little bit scary? Because the one I tried anyway, I tried quite a while ago. It wasn't one of those rental bikes. I haven't tried those rental ones, but I tried, I can't remember which brand that was, but as soon as you turn on the electric sort of, you know, mode, it kind of just slide forward suddenly. And that scared the hell out of me. I just felt like I wasn't in control. And it was too fast. You know, slow stitching, slow biking, that's me, okay? So if it's too fast, I get very nervous. I don't like speed. That's why I'm stitching slowly, okay? No breaking speed limit, all right? Safe stitching, safe stitching. Lynn says, Yogi, I was a lethal weapon when I tried to ride a bike in Hyde Park. I had no control. At least in Hyde Park, hopefully you don't run over squirrels, but I think it's relatively safe. Yes. But bicycles are such a remarkable piece of engineering, you know, invented by human. I think their bicycles are invented by French, so thank you, French. And it is so the machine is so durable, and it does not require any power. You know, you just pedal and it works. And very often I would carry my groceries, I carry all sorts of things. My, you know, yoga bag is pretty big. It's got all sorts of things in there. And I never felt any weight if I, you know, carry heavy stuff. It's really remarkable how it's built, and it's so simple. And who would have known that you can balance on 2 wheels? I would never can you imagine that? 3 wheels, yes, logically I can imagine, but 2 wheels, really? So I don't know who came up with the idea that we could ride bicycles. Alien invention. So Suzanne is still recovering from. So is it more of an injury that you were recovering from, or more of a sort of, you know, trauma, more like? Because falling off a bicycle is no fun. Jackie says you're doing great, so much fun to watch and chat. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. But you guys are leading the chat, right? I'm just tagging along and enjoy the ride. But you guys are deciding where the chat goes. So it's all you. And every day I come and sit down and stitch with you. I have no idea where the chat is going to go. So every day is a pleasant surprise for me. One, two, three. 2, 3. So 1 stitch here. One, two, three from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Jody says, I shattered my ankle on an e-bike, which took many months to heal without weight. So biking scares me now. Yes, I suppose if you have an accident of any kind, just like driving as well. If you drive and you get involved in an accident, you probably, going to put you off from driving for a little while. So accident, yes, absolutely, I totally get it. I mean, knock on wood, I've been cycling, since maybe 2011, and yes, I cycle slowly. I take my space on the road, and I do not try to speed or anything or break rules. So far so good, knock on wood. I have not got involved in anything kind of scary like that. But I can imagine if you ever fallen off the bicycle for whatever reason, or involved in some accidents, it's going to put you off for a while. So just need to give it some time. I was okay. I didn't know I was going to end this stitch. So Sola, if you're watching, I'm going to tease this one out. I didn't realize it was going to be the last stitch of the area. So I'm going to do a boomerang for you. Okay, hopefully you can see it. So this is the closest I can zoom. If you're on any one of you mobile devices, you can pinch and zoom to make it a little bit larger so you can see. So I'm going to show you how boomerang is done. So boomerang, you can do it as a starting method or ending method. It's the same way. Okay, so now I'm going to this is my last stitch here, and this is perfect for 10 stitches. So let me just thread my needles one more time. So you do need to know that you're about to end the stitch. So so what you do is I normally come up from bottom left of the stitch and then come down to the right for the 10th. And so I'm going to do it in the way as if I'm going to finish my 10th stitch. So I'm putting my needle to the upper right there and pull the thread through, but not all the way. So the boomerang element is coming up. We're going to bring the hang on. So I put my needle to the upper right corner as I'm doing a regular 10 stitches, but without pulling the thread all the way and leaving a loop there. Okay, leave it open, and I'm going to bring my needle from the bottom right there. So normally this is what you do if you're doing a full cross, right? You from left to upper right, and then come up maybe from bottom right and the other way, upper left. So I'm bringing my needle from the bottom right there and pull it gently and leaving the loop open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread my needle through the loop. So my thread is coming up from bottom right, and I'm pulling the thread through the loop and gently finish the stitch like this, pulling the loop to close the loop. And the last bit is the boomerang bit. So we came up, or I came up from the bottom left. I'm going to insert my needle back down from where I came up initially and pull the thread all the way down and finish the stitch. Okay, it might not make sense if if I just explain it to you verbally, because you're going to think, well, is this secure? It's actually very secure. All I'm doing is to pulling the thread back down from the corner that I come up. You can do a reverse, it's possible too. And I just take the thread a few stitches away, pull up the thread and snip it off. So I'm leaving a little tail at the bottom, just in case. But a lot of times it's very secure. And to be honest, even though I came up from bottom right corner, you cannot tell it's actually, You know, it's got a little bit sticking out, but it looks like a regular stitch. And particularly now, once I fill out all the surrounding stitches, it's going to look just like normal. So, you know, if you look around my fabric here, quite a lot of them are actually boomerang stitches, but you can't tell. So this is boomerang method. Very simple and very effective for 10 stitches, because 10 stitches, we have less options when it comes to finishing. Just, you know, just the nature of the shape itself. It takes a, you know, it's harder to hide the thread. So that's boomerang for you. And if you need reminder, there's a short video clip on the video section that will show you how to do it. Hey Lineker, hello, welcome. And Lineker says, hi Yogi, hope you're okay. So sad, the roads are quite frightening tonight to ride a bike. I find people are in such rush. Oh, so you're talking about people cycling on your road. Or did you ride a bike as well? Yes, I mean, at night, I make sure that I have sufficient lighting. I don't, you know, I don't cycle long distance at night. So maybe to the yoga studio, and I make sure that I have flashing light on. Here we go. 718, this one. This area is so nice to stitch. Lots of pinks and very low confetti. Lynn says, Yogi, people were filming me. I was lit. Was like a comedy show. What are we talking about? Riding the bicycle, you mean? Sorry, I just dived in the comment out of context. See you later, Amira. You're welcome, Solar. I hope that makes sense. It's really simple and it takes a little bit of practice. And I find it works really well, particularly with 2 strands. You know, 2 strands, if you try to do pin stitch, it's going to build up a lot of bulk. And it's a little bit clumsy to do. And also, 2 strands, I find if I try to do a loop start without the actual loop, you can do not single strand, but if you have M bits cut off for leftover threads, you can still do loop start, but I find my thread tend to jam a little bit more frequently with loop start. So loop start without the actual loop is not my friend. Even though I do love loop start with loops, if that makes sense. Jody says, oh my God, that's brilliant. I guess if you're working on smaller cloth, it makes sense to boomerang, where my 8x16 is easier to do a pin. Yes, absolutely. Jody, if you're doing 16 counts, I think you're probably doing 3 strands, right? For 16, or do you do 2 strands still? Yes, for 16, if you're doing 10 stitches, so I think boomerang really shines when you're doing 10. With full cross, you have a lot more options. You know, full cross, I tend to just hide the pin stitch under in the middle of a cross of a completed stitch and hide it, and it works quite well. It's when 10 stitches, when you're doing 10 stitches. I'm trying to think, if you're doing 10 stitches on a lower fabric count, like 16, you can still do boomerang, but I'm just thinking, yes, maybe you can hide the pin a little bit easier. Or for some people, they do a pin away from the stitch area, right? Like Gemma, she would just do a regular pin and just take it away from the fabric and just do it in the unstitched area. That option is there, but for 25 count is trickier with 2 strands. And also it kind of distorts the fabric if you do a lot, you know, little pimples everywhere. I don't like it. So boomerang is perfect. I mean, Gemma works on 14 counts most of the time, so there's a lot of space to hide the pin. And let me bring it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. No. Let me bring it over here. Jodie's having a cat break. Yes, my dolly hasn't visited me yet, but we can have a chocolate break, can't we? Yes, I think it's time for a little chocolate break. Here we go, guys. Chocolate time. All right. Let me bring the fabric over here a little bit so you can see. And today, I don't know what chocolate I'm going to have. I'm running low on my regular chocolates, so I probably have to be a little bit more resourceful. Let me have a look. So I've got the regular sort of go-to brands that I have, but today I just found this. Dun dun dun, Sainsbury's, taste the difference. And this is Dominican Republic dark chocolate, very exotic, 72%. So, and look at the description, smooth. It's adverts for Sainsbury's, and they need to you know, pay me for it. Smooth and rounded cacao profile with subtle note of fruit and sweet marzipan. Marzipan is the almond paste, isn't it? So, oh, I think I had a piece before. I didn't notice the note of marzipan. Marzipan. One of those words. Right, so it looks like this from the inside. And I like tin foil. I say this. I said this before. Some chocolate, they start using sort of wax paper. It just doesn't feel the same. You need, you know, tin paper, tin wrappers like this, so you can tear it apart. That looks so good. And big block here. And there you go. I think I got this a while ago and forgot about it. I most of the times I have my chocolate buttons and the other ones. And then you can fold it back like this. I love the sound. You know, as a child, I love chocolate just for the tin foil. Oh, that is so nice. Yes, there you go. So the tin foil experience with the chocolate, okay? And then I have my coffee ready for me as well. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can appreciate the stitches here. That's so pretty. And this bit is kind of a glow. It literally looks like it's glowing. It's amazing. So well charted. So there you go. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys. And chocolate time. Chocolate time. Here we go. It's really nice. It's I don't know about marzipan, but it tastes a little bit coconutty. It's got a note of so coconut. Let me know where you're snacking, if you're snacking. And I'm sipping my coffee here. Oh, so good. Yes, it tastes chocolate. It tastes coconutty for some reason. There's a note of chocolate, coconut there. It's quite nice. I love plain dark chocolate. Suzanne says, I really love marzipan. Yes, so it's kind of almond based paste, isn't it? It's quite sweet. I wouldn't say it's marzipan. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like, but it's got a sort of aftertaste of coconut. Interesting. So you can tell with the part threads here. Try it. The chocolate in my mouth. I remember, I think the last session, I was probably demonstrating the strangling thread management method that's pioneered by Joyce. And so now I'm going to release these threads because I think I'm going to come around and start working on this session in this area here. So I'm going to just pull the thread up. So this is one of the ways you can manage your part threads, keep them organized. And just tease it out. It's very easy. And they're free. No longer being strangled. And you can tell there's some waist ending. I think that's what it's called. Previously, that's how I ended my threads. This is pre-boomerang phase. Because I didn't have a better way of ending threads. So I just pull the end threads about 10 stitches away and then pull it out and tuck them here. But the issue with that is depends on the stitching method. Sometimes you run into them, which is very annoying. And also it builds up more bulk underneath. And it can make stitching a little bit trickier because it's just more threads being pulled away under the fabric. And so I'm very happy. As I'm stitching this area, I'm going to slowly remove these ones. Very nice. All right then. So I'm gonna give the pink door a little bit of rest here and then maybe move up here. So switching the color palette. Jody says, when you're doing these larger projects, at the end, do you trim the back? Oh, do you mean trim off the end tails? First of all, Jody, nice to meet you. Yogi has not finished a piece so far, but I don't think you need to. I can show you the back actually. Why don't I do that? See if I can do it, because this hoop is kind of small, so it might be okay to do so. Let me see if I can flip it back so you can see. It's probably not necessary because the end tail I leave is very, very short. So let me see if I can flip the hoop over. So it's going to be upside down, okay? And this is what it looks like at the back. I can turn it around for you. So I don't think it's necessary because it's not, the end tails are not very long. So it's a little bit like, you know, it depends on the confetti, this area. And also stitching method as well. I think in the beginning here, I was doing block by block. So it's a little bit less build up of longer threads that I carry to different locations. So everything's tucked in a little bit more. And now with Boomerang, you do leave a very short tail here, but it's not too bad, is it? I don't think you don't need to trim anything unless you leave them pretty long. So this is my bag at this point. And yeah, so there you go. Let me turn it around. It's gonna look disorientated. There you go. So I can only do this because this hoop is kind of small. With bigger ones, I have trouble turning it upside down, flip it over like that. So there you go. That's my bag there. So I'm going to move over here and work on this bit a little bit. Rajal, hello. Rajal is so polite. Rajal says, Miss Yogi, I frogged like 100 stitches, but I pulled the thread of holes in middle shoulder. I go no or restart my new Ada. Hang on, so you frogged 100 stitches. Oh, did you create a hole in the middle? What do you mean by middle shoulder? So you have to restart. Rajal, is that what you mean? Hang on. So Rajal is saying she's frogged 10 stitches. Did you pull too hard and create a hole on the fabric? So you have to restart with new Ada. But Ada is very sturdy. It would take some force for you to create a hole. What did you do, Rajal? Too powerful. Rajal is too powerful. Yes. Oh, I hope you haven't lost too much progress there. Jody says, I see. So when you pull the end threads through the front, other stitches will cover it. Yes. So I might leave little tails there. Some of them will be sticking out. You can tell it's quite short. They're quite short. But hopefully, as you stitch, depends on the method of choice. But with this method, because I'm stitching, you know, easing away from the edges here. So in theory, all of them will get stitched in with other stitches. So I think the back will probably look better with this method, because previously I was doing sort of color completion, block by block, which probably creates more sort of, you know, floating threads. That can happen. So yes, Jody, if you hang out in this group for a little bit more, you'll realize that Yogi has not finished a single piece just yet. You know, I like to keep it that way. I like to enjoy the process. So completion is not really in the forefront of my mind. But I like to see completions of you guys, you know. It makes me happy. Here we go. So quite a few part threads here. One stitch at a time. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And this one's 154, 2 stitches. But you know, I don't know whether you're aware, Jodie, there's a lady called Komari. She's a Japanese lady, a floss tuber as well. You can look up her channel, Komari. So her stitching method, she leaves very long tail when she starts. She doesn't do any starting or ending method. She just keeps stitching as normal. And let me do a boomerang to end this one. And so she's got very long tails dangling under her fabric. So I believe, if I remember correctly, I have seen a video that she actually, when she finishes a piece, she trims off the long tails a little bit before framing the piece. But for most of us, I don't think it's necessary unless you're leaving a very long tail. So for me, I tend to move away for about 4 or 5 stitches max, and then pull the thread up. So not very long at all. Chelsea says, I have a page finished on Adorable Tiny Bunny. Already a page? Amazing, Chelsea. Congratulations. Yes. It's a milestone. I think that's quite nice to follow the pages, because each page is a finish, isn't it? I tend to just keep going. But each stitch, each block is a finish for me, a completion for me. And let me park it down here. One, two. Hang on. There's so many part threads, you have to kind of 1, 2, 1, 2 here. And CXE tend to be quite fluffy as well, so there's more volume to the threads. I think DMC would be a little bit more, a bit less fluffy, shall I say. All right. Here we go. Chelsea said, I believe that's the time for a nap. Yes, you earned it, Chelsea. You earned the nap and have a lovely rest as well. We rest so we can stitch more, right, Chelsea? And really well done. One, two, here we go. Jody says, I just checked out Kamari stitches and she's fast. Yes, she is. She's probably, I don't know, we have a sort of ranking for our floss tubers here. She may be the fastest, just looking at the completion. And also she's pretty monogamous stitcher. She does switch around recently, but majority of the time she will have a single piece that she works for a long period of time, which is remarkable. And she works, her stitching method never changes. It's the same method, mini cross country, pretty much. And that's, yes, that's how she rolls. And because she doesn't really do a starting or ending method. And in a way, it makes her stitching quite efficient in that sense. You know, it's not for everyone because not everybody likes to have a really thick bag with long tails. You know, it's for the bulk consideration, but also the conservation of the material, because you are having a lot more in the bag, far more than the front. So it's not for everybody. But she's very fast partially because of that. I think she's a very fast stitcher anyway. But because she's not spending time doing starting and stopping, she just keeps stitching. And so yes, she's very fast. She's very fast. Alien territory, okay? And I think that the other lady, stitching masterpieces, she's very, very fast as well. But she does, I think, 10 stitches most of the time. But she's super fast. And also, the few sessions I've watched recently, I haven't watched the latest ones, but I think she does preparation for her stitching sessions as well. Sometimes she will pre-thread all the colors. So she would decide, this is the box, this is the area I'm working on, and she would thread all the colors and prepare all the needles threaded, all the threads threaded, and ready for her. So maybe that saves a little bit of time as well. So it's not the kind of organization that, mere mortals like me will want to do. I literally just sit down and start stitching, and that's it. I do not do any kind of preparation, because speed is not really, something that I care too much about. Not that I can stitch any faster. This is my normal speed, human speed, okay? Jody says, I like your pace, Yogi. It's just right. I know, Jody, it's a human pace. It's Yogi pace. And the important thing is I enjoy every stitch I make. And I'm going to end it with the boomerang here. There you go. Lona, hello. Yes, you're a little bit late for the class, but you know, it's great to see you. It's better late than never. Hello. Say hello to Lona. Oh, Suzanne says I pre-thread sometimes. Oh, Suzanne. Yes, that's very organized. Because a lot of times, I don't even know where I'm going to move my stitches to. Like, you know, I could come in and pre-thread all the ones here. And also, you don't really need to pre-thread if you're parking, right? You just add threads as you go. And I think, I don't think I ever seen the Master Stitches lady park. I don't think she parks. So she does kind of color completion sometimes, or minimum to max, something like that, with Saga. So I think the pre-threading is probably more effective if you're not parking. Otherwise, you know, you literally just add colors as I go. Suzanne says 5,493 stitches left. Yeah. So, Suzanne, how long do you think you're going to finish it? Are you sort of, you know, everything moves forward according to plan? I know you've got daily goal, number of stitches that you're aiming for. And I am going to end this one as well. I love Boomerang, particularly for 2 strands. Let's have a look over here. Right, 317, literally just 1 stitch. 317. Nine River, I'll see you soon. Lona says Yogi reached and exceeded one goal, got 21.45 done on Secret Garden, set new record for stitches in a day. What? Lona? I don't think this is legal. Look at this, guys. I think Lona is pushing, you know, the group rules to the boundary, to the limit. 3,057 stitches in a day, Lona. And she says would have been more, but I nabbed and catnap in my arms. Oh, blame the cat, blame the gnat, the naps. And just made supper for my mom. My God. So in between and taking a nap and having cat nap on top of Lona and preparing supper for mom, Lona managed 3,057 stitches. Lona, really? You know, you have to do this to Yogi? You know, you're making Yogi look very slow. I think everybody's making Yogi look very slow. Oh, Lona. Yes, that's tremendous. I don't know how you do it. There's only 24 hours a day. Clearly, Lona is living in a different dimension, in alien time. Yes, I don't know what to say. Lona. Congratulations, is that correct? Or just, you know, speechless. Yogi's speechless. And Sarah, you know what to do, okay? We have a top tier alien right here. And it's getting more alien every day. I'm worried about Lona, okay, Sarah? We need to come up with a plan to manage these unruly aliens in the group. Two, three. Yes, Sarah is ready. Yes, Sarah is doing her job so well. Milk and cookies for Lona. Absolutely. And Suzanne says, I didn't do my goal yesterday or today. Haven't been feeling up to it. My original date will be the next Monday, but I'm guessing it will be Wednesday. Well, 2 days. Who's counting? You know? And you still, you know, finish the project way before the deadline. Amazing. Oh. And you need to take care of yourself as well. You know, take good care of yourself, Suzanne. You know, being a caretaker of Alex, you know, you need to put yourself first rather than the last. Definitely. A23, A23. It's dark blue. Sola says, I do pin stitches on 25 counts, but it's tricky. You have to find a vertical yarn in the fabric where the threads lay side by side. Yes, I think 25 is doable. It's a little bit tricky when you do 10 stitches on 25 because I'm doing 2 strands at a time. Single strand, it's kind of doable. You can probably hide a single strand within, you can bury the thread inside the fabric. You know, you can still see it. I don't like the look of it. But with 2 strands, and particularly with CXC, it's gonna look, the fabric is gonna distort if I keep doing that. That's why I went for the waist ending method, which is not ideal. It builds up a bulk underneath. But I'm really happy we got to learn Boomerang because you basically hide the end tail within the stitch itself, rather than having to you know, bring out to the fabric. 2 strand, if I try to do pin, you're going to see it definitely, and it's going to create a lot of bulk as well. So, but I think single strand is kind of doable. It's here I want. Suzanne says, I actually think I'm getting sick. Yes, Suzanne, you have to take a breath. I know it's important to look after Alex. You definitely, you know, he's your top priority, but you have to put yourself first. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to look after yourself first. Then you have the energy and capacity to help him. I know it's easier for me to say, but, you know, when I was looking after my mom, I kind of learned a lesson the hard way because I wasn't looking after myself. All the focus from the moment I woke up to the time I went to sleep, my focal point was on my mom, and I broke myself, not just physically, but mentally as well. And you simply need to put yourself first. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, I'm biased. I'm a yoga teacher, you know, Suzanne. I don't know whether you have tried already. Look up YouTube for any kind of, maybe in yoga, you know, or yoga nidra. And there are short classes, you know, short sessions, maybe 20 minutes or half an hour, even just, you know, 20 minutes or half an hour a day. Just give yourself some time to sit there and breathe. And, and do some stretches for the body. It feels good. It changes your mood, lifts, your mood, and we simply need to spend time on ourselves every day. Michelle says, I don't stitch 3,000 in a week. Me either, Michelle. We're in a human club, not alien club, okay? Yeah, 3,000. I'm trying to break it down. 3,000 divided 7. That's kind of a lot. I can't count. So someone who has a calculator, I'm sure it way exceeds my regular average stitches, whatever that is. I know. There's some aliens here. So 327. 327. Lona says, I have one goal left, reach 10% on Garden Gate. I'm at 8.92. Oh, you're going to reach in no time the way you stitch it. Maybe tomorrow. Yes. Lona is unstoppable. Jody says, I learned yoga watching Yogi with Adrian. Oh yes, yoga with Adrian. She's been teaching online for a while. She has some awesome beginner yoga videos. They're awesome. I know we're very lucky because on YouTube there's so much free content. All styles of yoga for all different types of body. And yes, definitely, Adrian is a really well-known one. Yes. And all you have to do is just pull out the video and do a little bit a day. Even if you don't finish the entire session, whatever length that is, it's building up the body and also giving yourself time. That's the most important thing. And the great thing, the probably most important thing with yoga is that it brings your awareness to breathing, because a lot of times we breathe out of necessity, just so we live, we stay alive. But breathing is so profound, and it does so many things for the body when you breathe consciously. And we don't get to do that unless we give time for ourselves to sit there and do it consciously. And really, I know I'm biased, but it will change your world. The perspective I have sometimes, if I'm stressed, before and after yoga, I'm not in the same dimension. I'm not in the same world. Just through a lot of breathing, moving of the body, it changes your world. Lona says, Yogi, that would be about 430 stitches a day. No chance. No chance, Lona. Not for Yogi. I can probably do 150 a day on average. Some days I do more, but... Jody says, referring to the YouTube channel, the yoga YouTube channel, she says she has a 20-minute beginner video that I had memorized. Oh, so you go back and repeat the sequence. That's nice. That's nice. Definitely. And human body is amazing. Just little things that you do every day. It does a lot for the body. It gets stronger and more flexible. It helps with everything. Right, I'm going to end this thread here. There. Lona says 8.94%. Oh, okay. So the total stitches, number of stitches, 350. The numbers just kind of just flow over my head. It stops having meanings. 350,000 in total. So yes, in order to reach 10%, Lona needs 3,500. But yeah, you actually did 3,000, over 3,000 a day. So it's going to take you another day. No problem, Lona. I'll be waiting for the good news tomorrow. No pressure, Lona. No pressure. If I'm not streaming, I almost never check my stitch count. I just forget. It's just not something that I think about. It's nice to have goals because, we're all different. And I know a lot of stitchers are, driven a lot more by setting some sort of goals or deadlines, which is great. If you're, fired up and motivated by that, that's great. Here you go. And this way of stitching, with the color flow is the more you do it, the more fluent you become in terms of picking where to park or where to take your threads to. It's very hard to explain just as rules because rules are quite simple. You just need to attach to the edges at least one side. And you generally move diagonal, an open diagonal direction. But other than that, a lot of it, you just need to pick it up as you go in terms of, which, how to park kind of more effectively. Good. And I'm going to park it down here. Lona says, the garden gate has a lot of more confetti. No way that many in a day. Yes, I think it depends on the area. If there's a lot more confetti, it slows you down a lot. But 2 days then, Lona, how's that? Yes. 2 days for Lona to reach 10%. Jody says, Yogi, what's your thought process when deciding to do half stitch versus full stitch? Oh, very good question. I'm not sure about thought process as such, but quite often. So for instance, the reason I started this piece alongside with 2 other mini pieces, I started them at around the same time. All 3 pieces, 3 mini pieces, I started in the beginning of this year. And the reason was because I was looking for something new to do. So that was my prime motivation to do, to try out 10 stitches. Prior to that, I was kind of thinking it's a little bit like cheating, right? It's supposed to be full cross stitching. So, you know, what is it if you're not crossing? You know, that was my kind of my mentality at that point. But I just needed a fresh kind of diversion from full cross 25 counts. So that was mostly why I started these pieces. And also depends on the fabric count. So I don't know, Jody, you've seen my Christmas house piece. It's 32 counts. So currently I'm working on that piece with 10 stitches as well. In a way, it was more of out of necessity, because I started the piece initially with full cross. My intention was to do full cross, but it didn't work out because the stitches start to get really packed and very hard to stitch. They start to get really crowded. So I switched to 10 stitches. So it was out of the fact that 32 counts for me to stitch comfortably for me is to do 10. So I don't have a rule as such, but I think, you know, a lot of times depends on the project. Maybe smaller pieces, I probably more likely to do 10 stitches at this point. So Busy Mom says, I ordered some 22 count from Amazon. I received it today and just got home, opened it, and it has a yellow stain and smells. What? Just my luck. Was hoping to start a new project and count. Oh, are you going to return it? 22 with stain and it smells. I don't want to think about what that stain is, okay? It's too busy, Mom. You should get refund and complain. Write a harsh review for the vendor. They probably didn't store it properly. Maybe it got wet. Oh no, that's terrible. And surely they must have noticed when they ship the fabric. They had to cut it and put it in the bag, and they didn't notice it. That's not good. Yes, definitely get a refund and buy it from someone else. Jody says, yeah, I saw a live stream a few days ago. I remember the Aimee Stewart piece you were doing full cross. Yes, I kind of fall in love with full cross all over again, and also 25 count as well, because I just needed to try out different things before I find my way back. I'm not saying 25 count is be all and end all, but majority of my projects up to, till the end of last year at least, there are 25 counts, 1/1 regular size. Heaven and earth, you know how it goes. And so the diversion, the detour is really, really helpful. It gives me new appreciation of full cross, first of all, and also 25 counts as well. So I'm kind of, finding some new appreciation for the fabric. Jody says, sounds like the fabric is a factor. Yes. And also it depends on what floss I use, because CXC, for instance, it's more fluffy, so it's fuller. So I'm trying to think. Yes. So for 10 stitches on 25 counts, my choice would be CXC because it provides better coverage. So it's a combination of things. It's not sort of, I don't have ground rules, I want to do this. And sometimes you just look at a pattern and maybe you feel like, because I have a piece I haven't worked on for a little while. It's 10 stitches as well, but on 22 count. That is dried flowers. I have to work on that piece very soon. I miss it. But so 22 counts. I use CXC as well with tent. I think I use 10 stitches. I decided to go for 10 stitches for that piece. It's just purely the style of the art style of the artwork. It's very sketch-like. So 10 stitches has that. You know, sometimes you can see a little bit of a shape of the stitches, which is quite nice. It looks like sketches. So sometimes that factor comes into it as well. So it's all sorts of different factors. If it makes sense for the piece, I'll do it. So Suzanne says, so today I noticed the Hate has a mini winter cookie party max color. Now I can't decide if I should get that one instead. Right, yes, because mini, majority of the times I think they're regular colors, but there's some max color options as well. So it depends on who requested what. And yeah, that'll be interesting. But I think, you know, max colors, generally you have somewhere around 200, and let me just find my spot here. You have 240, right, maximum, and so that means that number of threads of colors within 9 pages. So in theory, it's more challenging. It's more confetti, right? It should be. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the color changes is probably even more intense, I think. So it could be a challenge. Maybe that's the reason you should go for it. So let me have a look. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I think I'm going to end this thread here. I don't want to carry my threads too far away. Yes, it really depends. If you want a lot of details, maybe mini, you know, you will have less. So for instance, I have seen this piece in regular size, max colors, or regular, I'm not sure. You can see the actual pattern on this door here. So if you want that level of details, maybe mini, because mini, you get this kind of quite, you know, quite loose definition of the patterns there. So if you zoom out, you can appreciate, you know, there's some sort of, you know, pattern going on the door, but you don't know exactly what they look like because it's mini. But if you want, you know, a lot of details, and, you know, then go for larger sizes for sure. It depends on the artwork, isn't it? And also how soon you want to finish it. Not saying that, you know, I'm going to finish this one anytime soon. Sarah says, I gave up on Candylicious because I think it would be better in max color. So which version are you doing it? Candylicious. Is it a mini or regular color, regular size? So are you looking to restart then? Hey, Rochelle. Rochelle says, hi. stitchy friends, I'm a bit late for the party. Yes, rush hour. It's better late than never. But it's better late than no yogi time at all. Exactly, rush hour. You got it right. You know, it's much better late than no yogi time. Good to see you, Rochelle. And are you stitching? And what are you stitching? All right, I am going to pick this one then. It looks inviting. So Suzanne is leaning towards regular max color. Yes, you can't go wrong with regular max color, right? If you want the best definition without going super size, then yes, I'm a regular size super max color girl. Majority of the pieces I have from Heaven and Earth are in that category. No complaint. Lona says, see how many stitches I can get in today. I have 7.5 hours. Lona. Lona says, having finished over 3,000 stitches. Okay, Lona, listen carefully to Lona. There's still 7.5 hours left in a day. Just started stitching and have 47 in so far. Oh, so the 3,000 stitch count was for yesterday, was it? Right, so yes, it's only, the day has just started. Lona hasn't even warmed up yet. Only 47. I think that's about the number of stitches I've done so far in 3 hours, Lona. Don't knock it. Okay, it's 47 stitches. So Sarah's going to restart. Okay, so you were doing regular color and now you want max color. It probably means how much you love the piece, right? Because when I bought when I found the little cake shop piece, I talked about this before, I was doing quick stitch version. So Heaven and Earth has got not mini, but quick stitch, which is a cropped out area of the artwork, and they chart that area accordingly. And so when I first got Little Cake Shop, which is beautiful, beautiful piece, I was doing quick stitch, and within maybe 3 days, I just decided I love the piece so much, I wanted the entire piece. So that happens too, and there's nothing wrong switching, right? You're going to be a lot happier when we restart. So rather than holding on to what you've got, thinking that you're going to lose out. No, we're stitching for the joy and the love of it. So, you have to love it. You have to love it. So if that means restarting, then restart. You have my full support, Sarah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 3,000 was yesterday, Lona. Today has just begun. Exactly, Sarah. Do not encourage Lona. She's going to do 4,000 today. Oh, Lona, just making Yogi look really bad, It's like 3,000. For me, it's more like, if I hit 300, it's a very good day. 208. Sarah says, I know my husband will love it. Going to stitch it as a surprise. Yes. It's a very colorful piece, isn't it? And we love colors. And talking about colors, Sarah is also stitching black on black in the new year. A slight contrast from the Candylicious piece. So, Sarah, have you got your cones yet? 310 cone. Maybe you need 10. Maybe you need 10 cones. And talking about cones, where's Nikki nowadays? Haven't seen her for days. Nikki, if you're watching replay, hope you're well. Come say hello to Yogi. Busy Mom says, I'm lucky to get 3,000 in a week. Yes, for me, that would be super lucky if I get 3,000 a week. Maybe in a month. So 100 stitches a day. That's more like me. Sarah says they balance each other. They're ordered, waiting for the cone to arrive. Oh, so Sarah has ordered some 310 cones for black on black. Yes, you know, New Year's approaching. It's only 2 weeks away. Can you believe? Christmas is next week, and then it's New Year. Goodness. And then it's a new year, 2026. Seriously. All right, the next color is 3835. Let me see if I can find it. Do I even have it? No. This is not the right color, I don't think. 3835. Oh, yes, it is. Jody is quite alright. You can watch replay, you know? No problem with the marathon. Yes, stitch with us in spirit. There's always replay. Suzanne says, how many cones of doom do you need? And there are different sizes with the cones as well, isn't it? So I bet you know, Sarah may probably need the giant one, the biggest ones. And here we go. So it says 2 combs. It says 101 scans. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of it. A lot of 310. Lots of 310. And I hope that piece is not going to be too popular with stitchers because, you know, there's going to be a worldwide shortage of 310 combs. There's going to be underground market, you know, black market for 310s. And Nikki is probably going to be smuggling it. This bit is a little bit tricky. Jody says, I'd rather join live. I know, I know. It's more fun live, isn't it? And Sarah, remind us, what fabric count are you going to be doing black on black with? Is it 25 or 22? I think Sarah's go-to is 22, I think. Or maybe 20, I can't remember. All right. 1, 2, 3. There. $20 count, yes. Sarah's doing 20 counts. So you probably need a lot more comparing to if you're doing 28 counts, right? Whoa. Let me take a sip of my drink. Jackie Turner says, I just did my first boomerang stitch to end and it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Yogi. Yes, it's a great stitch, isn't it? And it's actually really simple to do. And maybe, you know, it depends on fabric count. You need a little, you know, a little bit of practice, but it's such a tidy way of ending. And I cannot take credit because we learned it live here on a stream here. And from a stitcher called Natalia. She comes on from time to time. And she introduced the method to us. And she learned it from, I think, a group of Ukrainian stitchers. Very, very clever. And she passed it over to us. So it's a gift from Natalia. And thank you to the whoever invented the method. It's so simple but effective, isn't it? And then Boomerang, the name is named by Joyce Stitchy Dutchy as well. So it's teamwork. It's teamwork. Sarah says, I like using boomerang on full cross as well. Yes, you could make it work for full cross as well. So basically you do the first leg as normal. And when you come back to the second leg, you apply the looping process. So that can be done as well. So it's a quite versatile way of ending. And it's quite secure so far. I have not noticed any issues with it. And 1, 2, and below. What are you referring to, BLT? 6 to 7. Well, Betty's talking about inches, okay? Family show, family show. Lona says, I'm thinking about making my own 20 count fabric. How do you make your own? Lona says, I have a 20 dent header. I have no idea what it is. let me read it through. Let me bring on the comment on the screen here so you can read it for yourself. Lona says, I have a 20 dent handle for my Ashford 42-inch rigid handle loom. Talking about gibberish, okay, Lona, for Yogi. And Lona says, I can weave the fabric 42-inch wide by however long I want it. Okay, we need translation. Maybe Suzanne. Suzanne is a fabric expert there. I have no idea what I've just read. Suzanne says, you would have to do Ada with a 4-shaft loom. I'm just reading it. I have no idea what that means. And Lean says, Yogi, give yourself credit. You're an amazing multitasker. And change your projects daily. We just sit back and stitch with you so well. Thank you so much, Lean. That is so kind. Yes, multitasking I can do. In a single task, I don't do very well. You know, I talk about my brain. It's just like sometimes I have 5 things going on at the same time, and I like to think most of the times I get things done, even parallel. You know, but with stitching with you, it's kind of nice because if I just sit here and just focus on my fabric, I need distraction of some kind. So most of the times I'll be watching something or listening to something. But here I'm stitching, I'm focusing on what I'm doing-ish, and then chatting with you. It's such a perfect balance. And that's why it's working, because if it's difficult for me to do, I wouldn't be able to do it every day with you. So it's a joy. So thank you so much, Lean. That's so gracious of you to say that. And I hope you enjoy, you know, stitching with me and all the stitchers from all over the world. All of you. Oh, so Suzanne actually knows what Lona is talking about. I'm trying to, you know, stay away from the conversation from the pros. And you can read the chat, okay? Thank you, Lean. And thank you for bringing us beautiful stitching of yours. I mean, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I love the way you approach, you know, the pattern. You're literally stitching one whole area at a time. So, you know, everything just pops out so beautifully. And what a privilege to be able to witness that. Oh, right. Betty's talking about Nikki gathering all the sweet and cones. I know she's going to just wipe out all the sweet and cones for herself. And maybe she's going to, you know, create some sort of black market. And you have to really beg her to get a cone from her. Yes. All right, let me have a look here. And I'm going to take my stitch over here. There. I think color flows really works for this piece, for the 10 stitches, because, you know, up to this point, I was trying to find different ways of keeping stitches tidy, because CXC, as I said, is quite, the threads, coverage is quite full. And sometimes you can create unevenness. So previously, when I tried to do block by block, color completion, it means eventually you have to kind of, jam your needles in between boxed in stitches and, to create, to do the tent. And sometimes it come out a little bit uneven. So the only alternative up to this point was row by row, but it's a little bit restricted because if you have to work one block at a time. And this way, with color flow, literally, it's a little bit like stitching row by row without it being a row, if you know what I mean. I'm easing away from stitches, so all the stitches are nice and tidy and very little build up from underneath. So because I don't really need to carry my threads too far under the fabric. So it's just perfect method for this. I wish I had tried this earlier on. But it's an evolution of learning, isn't it? And I'm so grateful for a lot of really clever stitchers. They come up with different ways of stitching. We benefit from it all. Oh, I know, Lean, I totally agree. Lean says our brains are wired differently, which makes this group so interesting. My mind was blown because prior to streaming, I was watching, some floss tube, but most of the times, the information you get from the floss tubers are quite limited. Even with what is it called? With parade, you kind of know how they work on it, but until you get together and have a real-time discussion, I have discovered that we are so different. So Lean, you're totally different. You're totally correct. I remember in one of the earliest streams, I discovered, their stitchers actually have a notebook and write down all the start time and daily stitches. Even with my app, I don't track my stitches that frequently. And there's stitches out there, you know who you are, you're nodding your head there, having a notebook, okay, Nikki, no names, and literally log every single project with its progression, number of stitches, the starting date, and milestones. And some of you track daily, have a kind of a diary. And my mind was blown because my brain just doesn't work that way. For me, it's like happy-go-lucky. I do a few stitches, I look at the pattern, it's pretty, I'm happy. And I move on and come back and stitch a little bit more. Never thought about, having a notebook involved. And so, yes, that's what I learned. And all the stitchers having different approach to pieces. Sarah, for instance, no gridding. For me, it's just like, I don't even know how to process it. And Nikki, for instance, she does extreme cross country like no one's business. And so, yeah, I'm picking and learn a lot of bits and pieces from everyone and try to incorporate it. And it makes my stitching so much more interesting. So much more interesting. So I want to thank you, all of you, thank all of you for being unique, for being you. Because if all of us stitching the same way, it would be quite boring, wouldn't it? So that's the beauty of it all. And I think live stream is such an effective and powerful way of communicating with each other, of communication. So we're able to, pick up a lot of things which will otherwise take a long time to learn. We have to wait for the content creators to create a video before you get to see it. Whereas here, we learn things quite dynamically. We learn as we go. So every day is a surprise, you see. Sarah says, I can color float black on black. Well, Sarah, it's going to be a mega flow. It's like a tidal wave. You're going to flow so hard. That's hilarious, Sarah. You can flow any direction. It doesn't matter. Oh dear, BLT. Busy mom, exactly. Busy mom says, I have a spreadsheet and love tracking my projects. Exactly. And to be honest, until up till the point till I saw the first person doing notebook, never ever occurred to me I'll involve a notebook with my stitching. And it just shows how diverse we are. And we kind of find our intuitive ways to organize what we're doing here, you know, and you can see that reflects on the way you know, log your and track your projects, and also the way you stitch as well. Absolutely. Sarah says, I have a stitch planner with all kinds of stats as well as spreadsheets. Yes, my mind was blown when I saw the first notebook shown by one of the stitchers, and yes, it was just incredible. And I remember the person, I can't remember the person's name, I'm so sorry, but she actually created a spreadsheet template as well. And the template, I think the data on the template, maybe only the stitcher can understand, because it's so detailed. It's just only information that's relevant to that stitcher, you know. So interesting. And Suzanne says, I use Notions to track my stuff, but really have been lazy lately. You know, it's only now I'm planning to do a whip parade. Now I'm thinking maybe I need to create a list of all my whips and maybe track the date I got the pattern and maybe start. I don't think I can track back to the start date because I'd never logged them, so I need to take a guess. But I can probably guess just from the date I bought the patterns, for instance. It will give me some indication, but it's going to be very rough. So I need to work out sort of a high level list there. And Susan says, I think black and black has 74 colors. Yes, 74 colors are around the eyes, okay? And one color for the rest, Susan. That's how it works. Right, Sarah? Okay, so we're 10 minutes to midnight here in the UK. So I'm going to pick one more color. And this is going to be the last color of my choice. I really enjoyed today's stitching here. And I think it's flowing beautifully. Very beautiful. So I don't think I'm doing too bad today. I don't think I'm doing too bad today. So you can start to think about maybe how many stitches Yogi has done today. Okay, I'm going to pick one more color here. And I think it's going to be this one. Over here in the pink area here. So this color, I have only 3 stitches. Oh, here we go. 3 stitches. Let me see if I can find the spot correctly. And if you're new to the channel, if you just found us, okay, we played this game called Guess My Stitches. I invented the game because I'm stitching so slowly. It's a surprise just to find out how many stitches I have done. And every day is a surprise. And I have no idea how many stitches I've done today. I've gone all over the place on this pattern here. So it's you know, I have suffered for my art. Now it's your turn, okay? I'm going to do the final 3 stitches and give you a quick recap, and you have some time to come forward to offer a number. And it's a wild guess, you know, no skills involved, and just a wild guess, offer a number, and you can go back to lurk. It's up to you, or you can join us for a chat, who knows? So here, let me have a look. Let me make sure. Let me do, oh, actually, I'm going to part down to be safe. Here. So this is my last stitch, last pass thread here. And I am going to give you a quick recap of what's happening on my fabric today. So come forward and play Guess My Stitches with Yogi. And here we go. Let me zoom out a little bit, okay? So you can see the piece a little bit better. Let me move this away here. And let me bring on our Guess My Stitches machine, okay? You've never seen this before. Brace yourself because you might fall off your chair because of the technology. It's SpaceX technology. We're talking about Tesla, e-car. Nothing compares to this. I built this in my basement with my power tools and a secret blueprint, okay? It's from the alien space and this is what it is. Go. Oh, I forgot to remove the Christmas decoration. This is solely for the Wednesday Christmas stitching. So let me quickly remove that. You didn't see it. I didn't do it. Okay. So guess my stitches. Okay. And you can see the numbers flowing in is captured on the screen right there. So come forward and play with us. Okay. You might be the winner tonight. Who knows? Every day we have a new winner. Sometimes yesterday we have 3, didn't we? So amazing. And or maybe the day before we had triple Golden Trinity. Yesterday or day before. And today it could be you. Okay. And if you win, you receive the respect from stitches from all over the world. And we have aliens here. We have 310 stitches here. We have seafood stitching stitches here, calamari stitches. You never know. And you receive the a round of applause and respect from everyone. So today, I continue with my previous progress. So up to this point, I was doing block by block, color completions or row by row. And now I found a perfect way, I think, so far, the best method to work on this piece with 10 stitches. And that is color flow. That's Gemma Stitches Color Flow. Check out her website, her YouTube channel, Gemma Stitches. She has very original way of stitching and I love it. I love it. So I'm edging away from the borders here. No floating stitches. That's the rule. And I think it keeps all the stitches nice and tidy. And not only this method works for full cross, you can tell you can see here it's working beautifully for the 10 stitches as well. And this is 25 count fabric. And I'm using CXC, 2 strands, 1/1 10. And the coverage is perfect with CXC, as you can see. And I really enjoy it. It's like stitching tapestry, kind of, you know, Persian rug feel to it. That's CXC texture there. It's absolutely beautiful. So let's have a look with our numbers here. Okay, let's have a look. And I cannot wait to find out who is going to be our winner today. Okay, this is a Thursday winner we're looking forward to. Let's have a look. That's our beautiful Susan, and is offering 257. And Ruth, oh, just caught you at the end. Yes, Ruth, welcome. Come forward and offer a number here. And Sarah 209, and Busy Mom 225, Rochelle 243, and Suzanne 222. And BLT 310. There's a joke somewhere there. And Ruth is offering 248. And who knows, Betty might win. And Callan 287, Jackie Turner and 382. Amazing. And Jackie James 208 and Rajal 210. And Lynn is offering 279, and Lona, our alien stitcher of the day, 250. And Shellabelle, welcome, unlocked 203. And Diana Smith as well, and 190. And Jody is offering 297, and Love Drunk 232. Guys, Are you ready to be confronted by the number, the greatness? And this one, I need to switch off the Christmas decoration as well. So there you go. Let me turn off the stitches here and zoom way out so you know where I am. Upper left here. So this is a mini piece. So it's a great progress, isn't it? Proportionally. And with a little bit more stitching, I might actually, you know, finish it. Okay, in a few years' time. Okay, no hurry, no hurry. So are you ready? I'm going to count down to 3, 2, and 1. Let's reveal the winner. The grand total of the number of stitches the yogi has done today is 227. Not bad. 200 is a great number. Anything above 200 is a very good day. 227. Who is our winner today? I can see Love Drunk is 232. Suzanne is 222. Anyone closer? Hang on, Busy Mom, 225. Is Busy Mom our winner today? 227. Anyone closer than 225? 222 is pretty close as well. 227. I think Busy Mom, yes. Here we go. Busy Mom is our winner for this beautiful Thursday night. Yes, Busy Mom wins. Well done. And so Busy Mom, you're a regular by now. You know what happens. You know, the glory is coming your way. Round of applause and firecrackers. Here we go. Busy Mom is our winner today. Yes, Busy Mom says, yes, I won. Yes. And Busy Mom has won before, haven't you? So you know the drill. And round of applause and crowds and Dolly and all the praises from the stitching world and beyond. And here comes the buffet as well. And you know, Busy Mom is always really generous with the buffet. Now today she can enjoy it, okay? She might bring some food herself as well. You have to bring your own food. I'm just sitting here and enjoy it with you, okay? And Lona is bringing some very healthy selection there. And Sarah is a little bit decadent. You know, sometimes you have to indulge. Sometimes you have to indulge. It's a balance of life. And Suzanne as well, lovely. And yes, everybody's favorite food here. So guys, yes, thank you for joining me today. Another day. We have a new conversation every night. And it's always joyous and educational. I'm learning new things from you every day. So tomorrow is Friday, okay? And tomorrow we're back on the regular time, normal time, earlier time. So until next year, Fridays and Mondays, we just do it around the same time as the rest of the day. Until next year, I'll give you the new timetable, okay? So until then, we meet around the same time every day, and we have special live streams for the weekend as well. And toward Christmas and New Year, we do a marathon, guys. And warm up and a carb load if you need to do with our buffet. And I'll see you till the next round, which is tomorrow, for some Friday stitching here. And night everyone. And give us some 99 love and Dolly love to send us to bed in Europe. So if you're here in Europe and UK, well done, soldiers, standing by me. And until tomorrow, night. Good night. Bye-bye. Love you all.